Hey everybody, it's Commander Clyde, and we're back once again for another Duel Tier List update. New patch is coming tomorrow, which also means our good friend, Mr. Baron Samedi, will be available in ranked. They don't have him on the tier list though yet for some reason. So let's discuss that briefly while we can. Uh, so based on the completely insane damage he does and the amount of crowd control he has, the how broken his 2 is, um, I'm going to assume he's going to be at least S tier, I think, which, you know, puts him on a level of Vulcan. See, I don't know why. There's some gods up here. I don't know if I should have them up here, but eh, is what I thought at the time. Anyway, so yeah, that's where Baron would probably go. I keep these gods up here because they're ridiculous always. And these, I think, are fine where they are as well. Um, Plus Freya's rework, she's going to have a lot more sustain in terms of mana. You're going to have a hard time getting her out of the lane, so she's going to stick around in S+, plus, I think, most of the time. Did my stream crash? Okay, it did. Whoopsie. Okay, sorry you had to see that on YouTube there, guys. Anyway, hopefully everyone will come back in there. Okay, apparently it didn't crash. Anyway, yeah, moving on. These gods stay the same. Anubis is stupid. I hate him. Most of you know that already, I'm sure, the, with the frequency at which I tend to ban him. Loki's a stupid character, should be removed from the game. Soul's freaking broken right now, so let me move her up to S+. Obviously these gods up here, these two can still beat her. Kali's actually, I think, better against her than Habwa would be. So if you're worried about Soul and Kali's open, I mean, go ahead, do what you want. Let's see, I've had these two up here because of how much damage they can do late game and how hard it can be sometimes to kill them. Hercules has not been performing at quite that level lately, so I'm gonna move him down one tier to S minus. Um, I know I said it before that I try to place the gods within the tiers, but ignore that today because I think there's going to be a lot of moves, and I don't want to have to sit here and arrange these appropriately. So anyway, Artemis got a slight nerf, but I think she'll stay about where she is right now. That's not going to be a huge impact. Plus, since her passive is a little different, she's not getting that RNG like she used to, but it makes her trap and her slow a lot more useful since her damage is increased with crowd control. So yeah. Agni is going to be moved up. He's been performing extremely well lately. Seems the popular strategy is full CDR and double defense because, well, the objective is to annoy you as much as possible, not to actually win. Anyway, Agni to S. Everybody down here stays where they are, except Kukulin. Kukulin is like ass right now, so I'm moving him down as well. His late game is not that good anymore. Is not the greatest thing anymore. It's a lot easier to fight into his transformation too because they've given him less shielding. Stays so it's there. I think the rest of these guys are fine. Let's see. Chang'a's fine. Da 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 da. Anyway, Zhang Kui, we got to talk about this guy because they changed his passive just a little bit. Now he's become totally ridiculous. One of the most frustrating gods to fight. There are matchups you straight up just cannot beat him in now. So he's actually going to get a big jump to S. I feel like feels he plays a lot the same as Agni is playing right now, so they're about even with each other. Stay up there. I have considered banning both of them before because I feel like I can reliably deal with most physical gods, whereas these two are just the bane of the earth right now. If you want to annoy somebody within an inch of their life, you can go ahead and pick either of these two gods. Um, I don't think Robin's going to see a significant change just because he's so melee based. It kind of makes it pretty tough for him late game to do anything, whether or not he's a warrior or an assassin. He's going to be a little bit stronger, I think, just because he'll have more burst damage. And his passive's going to be a lot more useful since you get stacks on it for each target hit rather than the first target hit. And then everybody else stays where they are. Alright, RTO, fine. Thanatos is fine. Raw's fine. Raw might be stronger, but his strength is more comes more from the skill of the player than from the actual god, so I'm not gonna move him up because there's not that many people that play Raw. Odin, I'll just leave him there. He can fight. There's a lot of physical gods he can fight pretty well. Um, However, he's really bad against pretty much every magical god. So because of his ability to fight hunters, I'm gonna keep him in A. But that's the only reason he stays. Enki's fine. Kulkin's fine. Hell's fine. Thor's okay. Uh, Ymir's probably a little better than that, so I'm gonna go ahead and move him up. And the Ymir players that play him are very good. They know how to properly use his burst and his stun and do all the fun things. If you build well, you can 100 to 0 a lot of gods. So Ymir gets to move up to A+. These guys stay where they are. Actually, Opwash is getting a buff, and I think he's going to be better. He's still the same mobility issues he has always had, though, which is not going to allow him to move up very far. And then Zeus and Janna stay. Zeus is kind of like Opwash, except he has no sustain. And he can't kite as well. So, yeah. He's not too good at. He's one of the. He has some of the best level 3 kill potential in the game. But beyond that, he's not a very good character to pick in duel. A minus, this tier kind of pointless, really. I have these gods here because of their sustain and their ability to fight certain matchups really well. But that's it. And then B tier, like, could argue Cerberus is a little better than I gave him credit for, but he's still a guardian. And a lot of gods will beat him late. You have to have a lead on this god to win. If you have a lead, he's completely bonkers. Like, he can take half of your health with one ability, so, and then take the other half with another ability, and then you're dead. 1 plus 1 is 2. Quick maths. Okay. These guys stay where they are, because, I mean, they're all really... Okay, Fafnir, he's a little better, actually, now. We all know about Fafnir's late game burst and his protection stripping, and, you know, it's fun. He's a really annoying character to fight if he gets to late game, because he has the potential to kill you whenever he wants to, if his ult is up. And there aren't many gods that can say they can just press a button and you die. So, that's if he gets to late game. If he has a bad early, he loses. That's really it. If you like die a couple times, game's probably over. And then all these gods are skill dependent on whether or not you can do well with them. You know, that's how all, I mean, but like B tier gods down here are all, that's always how they work, is only highly skilled players can play these gods well. Outside of that, if you're just like, hey, I just want to play Geb, probably a bad idea. You're not going to do well in that situation. And then C tier, these are gods that have the same things, but they have flaws that make them difficult to play or easy to counter. Like with Sylvanas, his mobility is really bad if you're like a good auto attack god and you have counter relics for his ult. Like if you have bead shell, he just is kind of dead because he's standing still for about a second and a half. And if you're a good auto attack god, then you kind of just kill him. Ganesh is too hard to combo, is so hard to combo with. You're not going to reliably get kills with him. Probably lose most of your games. And Aries is Aries. If you get beads, he loses. Simple as that. And then D tier is completely irrelevant. We'll just pretend there's not a god here. Alright, and I will put Baron Samedi's picture up here once they add it to this. Anyway, that's going to do it for the tier list today, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the live stream at twitch.tv/CommanderClyde. Link will be in the description. I'll see you guys next time for some more Smite. Have a good one.